Hello. Long time no see. Let's not get into it. I'm vlogging because why not? I'm stuck at home. I need an outlet. I need attention. We know all this. Today is April 1st. Pinch and a punch. That's a really weird saying now that I'm thinking about it. I'm freaking parched because I just did some kind of like stretches. Cool story. I haven't really done any physical activity at all in my life, let alone whilst I've been locked up at home, so I figured I better do some. You know what April 1st means. Day one of O.W.L.s. We're participating because Slytherin writes. I have this beanie from many years ago and I found it in a drawer because I'm at my parents' for lockdown. And so I was going through all my old stuff. I actually found this box of all my childhood books and I thought it might be cool to go through that, so I might do that soon. Anyway, what I'm currently reading. She's in the middle of A Court of Wings and Ruin because I just suddenly had the drive to finish this series. So I read ACOTAR and A Court of Mist and Fury years and years ago, and first one's fine, second one is pretty great. I enjoyed it at the time and I bought this when it came out, but I just never got around to reading it, and lately I was like I really should, and I was kind of feeling a reread of the first two, so I just did it. I did that over like the last week or so. I got through them really quickly. ACOMAF is just really such a fun book. It does drag at times and some stuff's not great, but overall Reese is a man, and I'm actually really enjoying the third book so far. So I'm up to page 172. I don't know if I'll be putting this down for the entire month. It kind of depends how I go with my O.W.L.s TBR because it's a pretty long one. And the other book I'm in the middle of is Ninth House. Oh, she's so stunning. And I say in the middle of, I mean 40 pages in. So I started that the other night with the intention of buddy reading it with my friend whom I always bail on for buddy reads. I always commit to them and then they're like, have you started it? I'm 100 pages in, and I'm like, and then they finish the whole book before I ever get to it. Cool. And I told myself that wouldn't happen this time, and it's happened, so sorry, Ollie. So whilst those are books I'm currently reading, it is entirely likely I'll be putting them on pause for the duration of April because she got to get through that O.W.L.s TBR. I went through a really intensive process, sneak peek, to figure out which career to do, which books fit which prompts, because I'm at my parents' house for New Zealand's minimum 4-week lockdown. So I grabbed heaps of stuff from my house and brought it here. So I obviously don't have all my books with me. I did bring an exorbitant amount and I brought my TBR cart. So that's where they all are at the moment. And I thought it actually might be fun whilst I'm here to do like a TBR cart tour. So that's something for another day if I have the energy. I was trying to choose a career and I was really drawn to potioneer because who doesn't want to be a potioneer? That's just like the best word and best occupation in the world. I'm really drawn to potions for some reason. Even though obviously Severus Snape is the worst person and teacher in the world, something about that subject, maybe I associate it with Slytherin, maybe it's the independence of potion study, how it's kind of just you experimenting, because I hate other people. I don't know what it is. It's just come to the forefront lately as one of my favourite, if not my favourite, Hogwarts subject. Got down to potioneer and one other career. I went with the other one in the end. I sought help from Chloe and Chloe was like, you should do the other one because that has a book that I want you to read on it. Potioneer had 5 prompts. The one I've gone with has 8, which is a lot considering I'm still working full-time during the lockdown. I'm just working from home. But I feel like I can jam that reading in. Like I'm really in the reading mood at the moment. I've got those vibes. I've got the power. I'm going to harness it into becoming Drum roll please. A Mind Medic. We love that for Slytherin. I don't even know if I've said this. The O.W.L.s Magical Readathon runs for the duration of April. Join in. If you want to join in, you totally should. No idea when or if this video is going up, so sorry if it's not April anymore. Still do it, why not? This readathon was geniusly composed and is run by Book Roast. I'll link the announcement video and stuff. Here's the TBR. Should I get all the books so that I can show you them? I probably should, huh? One moment, please, caller. I literally need help. I already had like a, shall we call it, fluid TBR, not a strict one. I have a couple of prompts that could suit each, a couple of books that could suit each prompt. And I didn't want to lock any in just in case I decide to go for another one at the last minute. I just realised I still haven't brought them all over. Cool. Shall we start with a prompt for which I only have one choice, so I'll definitely be reading it. I think I'm going to pick this up first. And that is for Defense Against the Dark Arts, a book that's set by the sea or coast. I have chosen Gyo by Junji Ito. This is a horror manga. I'm freaking pumped because Chloe raves about this, and from what I know we have quite similar taste in horror text, so we'll see if I like it. Okay, other prompts I only have one choice for. Where are we? Ancient Runes needs to have the word heart in the title or a heart on the cover. Thankfully I had something that works for this prompt because I was kind of panicking that I didn't. And that's an F. Scott Fitzgerald classic. It's called Image on the Heart, and this is actually a short story collection. So I low-key could cheat and just read that short story. But I'm gonna see if I could get through more of them. Now, I'm really fake because Fitzgerald wrote my favourite book of all time, The Great Gatsby, and I've literally never read any of his other work. I've reread Gatsby like 10 times, but nothing else. So I'm interested to see how I go with this one. And there are so many short stories, like probably looks like 12 or so in there, and it's such a pretty cover. I bought this while I was in Melbourne. Potions. The prompt is shrinking potion, meaning you have to read a book that's under 150 pages. This is another one where thank God I had something that fits. I'm going to be reading Truman Capote's Summer Crossing. This is his first novel. So it was written before Breakfast at Tiffany's, but I think it's kind of a similar vibe. I also bought this while I was in Melbourne. I'm really excited that I've got some classical works on my TBR because I've been really slacking on classics lately and I love them. They're my absolute fave, so she needs to put the YA girl aside and focus on the classics girl. Subject is arithmancy, and this is read something outside of your favourite genre. So I probably have favourite genres. If I had to pick one, it would be classics. Y'all will all have heard of it. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Ready for the pain. I really want to collect all of the Bloomsbury Modern Classics editions. They're so stunning. I have The English Patient and The Little Friend, but I do want to get the others except for Eat, Pray, Love, which is a shame because it's a beautiful cover, but I hate that book. So those are 4 books locked in. That's a solid TBR. She's gonna get through them. Now it gets a bit more difficult. So, prompt for Charms. It's to read a book with a white cover. The one I'm gunning for that I want to really challenge myself to read is A Little Life. It's time. Like I said, reading a lot of YA and I just want to be devastated. If I don't go with that, I also have these to choose from. Picnic at Hanging Rock, another classic, or Sadie by Courtney Summers, Picnic at Hanging Rock by Joan Lindsay. Really also keen to read these ones, so we'll see. If I am feeling really weighed down for whatever reason and I don't want to attempt A Little Life, I'll pick one of these up because they're considerably shorter. Moving right along, Muggle Studies, and for that you need to read a book about Muggles, which is a contemporary, I suppose. What I'm going to try to do here is read Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. Jaime read this recently and she raves about it, and I know Chloe really likes it as well. So floppy. So I'm hoping to get to that one. However, if for some reason that doesn't happen and I'm scared of how long this is, I'll instead read this graphic novel, which is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. This is Chloe's Patreon Book of the Month pick, so I have it out from the library. Thank goodness I got that before lockdown. And it looks so pretty. The colour scheme is like monochrome and then pink. We love to see it. It brings us to Transfiguration, for which you must read a book that involves shape-shifting. Now, I was thinking if I want to keep reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, I could do that. However, a rather exciting thing was revealed quite recently. Me and Jaime from Leo Reads are starting a book club. I'm so excited. It's called, oh, thank you, my dog is excited for me, called the Bad Bitch Book Club. I will link our Twitter below. It's gonna be a hecking good time. We just want to talk about women. Literally, that's it. And our first book, our April book, is Gumio Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a, ooh, I like the black front page, that's cool. Modern take on a Korean myth of the Gumiho, who's a nine-tailed fox, shapeshifter. She kills men, she devours them, she absorbs their energy. She's legend, she is an icon, she is the moment. Now come on now. Love for you to join us when we discuss it and read along with us, or just join us if you've read it already, or just join us. So that is my Transfiguration book. Here's where it gets a bit scary. Prompt for, where is it? Herbology, which is the 8th and final subject I need to become a mind medic. Also, how sick is a mind medic? I'm really into that as a concept. Like invading people's minds and protecting minds and like figuring out curses and stuff. The description said a lot of mind medics go insane themselves. Halfway there. For this, you must read a book where the title begins with M. I have quite a few options. My head is telling me to read Muse of Nightmares, the sequel to Strange the Dreamer. It's the second and final book. It's a duology, and I read Strange the Dreamer recently. Absolutely loved it. Understand why everybody does. It was beautiful, and I really want to read Muse of Nightmares. People say it's even better, and apparently they're meant to be read kind of as one whole book, so Chloe said it's better to read it sooner rather than later. Hello. I know I should read this, but to be honest, my heart is kind of telling me to read Milkman by Anna Burns, which I'm dying to read. And how cool is this edition? I got this for Christmas. It's literally stunning. This won the Booker Prize a few years ago. I'm dying to read it. I read one of her short stories this year and I enjoyed it. So she had a really distinctive writing style, and I'm interested to see how that translates to novel format. So I just read the first sentence. Why can't I stop reading? Oh my god. I love her. She has like run-on sentences, like really long sentences, and I'm into that. So I think it'll come down to these two. However, that's not all. I also have Jane Austen's Mansfield Park with me, and I really want to read the Jane Austens that I haven't read this year. So I've already read Pride and Prejudice and Emma. Classics. We love to see it. We love to read it. We love to see the filmic adaptations. So that's another option if I'm not all classicked out. And those were my 3 options for beginning with M, but when I was getting all these books just now, I found another one that could fit this prompt. That is The Master and Margarita. This is a Russian classic. It looks to be amazing. Jaime loves it. There's a movie coming out made by Baz Luhrmann, who's one of my favourite filmmakers. Obviously he made the 2013 Great Gatsby, and he made Romeo and Juliet in the 90s, which is incredible. Also, quick shout out. I got this via Send Books, which is a really cool initiative started by a girl in the UK called Gemma. Basically, they contacted publishers and said, we want to do a thing where people pay a monthly subscription, but you don't have to actually have a subscription. You can just duck in and out like I do. 30 or 35 New Zealand dollars. That includes postage, and it includes like a small art print, like a postcard or something from like lesser known artists. Sometimes they create them especially for the book pick that month, and sometimes they just feel there's a nice correlation between the book and the art. And anywhere in the world, they'll send you a copy of the book. How cool is that? Oh, and the other thing is, you don't always know what you're going to get. So everybody gets the same book each month, but like, for example, this month they told us it was a Russian classic and a few things about it, but they didn't specify it was this book. And I actually already have a copy of this book, but I wasn't bummed out because this is a really, really cute penguin classic, red vibe, love it. And my other edition's really nice too. And I really have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this book, so I won't mind having 2 editions. But yeah, look, inside it says, manuscripts don't burn, and then it says, Dear Caitlin, enjoy this magical book. We hope it stays with you forever. Love, Send Books. Isn't that so cool? So they actually personalize it as well. Literally, who knows what I'm doing in herbology? Not me. That's my O.W.L.s vibe. Tonight I kind of want to start reading. I might read O.W.L.s. See how I go with it. So let's do it. So I finished O.W.L.s, read it all in one sitting. I was powerless not to. It was phenomenal. I gave it 4 stars. It's probably like a 4.5 if you're a 0.5 ratings type person. It's like almost 10 o'clock, I think. Instead of picking up another book tonight, because I'm really not sure what I want to pick up next, I am going to play some Animal Crossing on Switch. I'm going to do that before going to bed. Hopefully this will alleviate any nightmares that O.W.L. instilled into my subconscious before I go to sleep. So that is day 1 of the O.W.L.s done. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Good night. I will update you more tomorrow because it's late, but I basically decided to pick this up because it's little and I was hoping I'd get through it quickly because I've been really craving a classic and it's totally what I was looking for. So a very happy marriage between us right now, and I'll hopefully finish it in the morning. Good night. Hello everybody. I'm low-key a vlogging flop and I haven't vlogged in quite a few days now. But I have been reading a lot. So it's now Tuesday. So the O.W.L.s started last Thursday. I've got so much reading done. I'm really, really excited about it. So you guys know I read O.W.L. by Junji Ito. Wait, do you know that? Yeah, I think you do. Loved it. 4 stars. Thought it was great. Can't wait to read more by them. I also, I think, last vlogged when I was in the middle of reading Truman Capote's Summer Crossing. So O.W.L. is Defense Against the Dark Arts, done. Summer Crossing is Potions, and it's now done as well. So I enjoyed this. You'll see I actually tabbed it quite a lot. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was good, and there were some lines that were really, really good. And the language was cool. I definitely like Truman Capote's writing. I think he's got a really good grasp on things and a really interesting voice that I haven't necessarily read anything like. As with so many classics, you are surprised with really lovely things like use of the N-word and other dumb racist and sexist comments, so that always brings the mood down and really makes me think about the worthiness of a text. Okay, I got cut off there, but basically I was saying this uses dumb language and for no reason. No valid reason to me anyway. I then completed my Muggle Studies OWL. That was to read a contemporary story about Muggles, and for this I read Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and this is by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valera O'Connell. This was really fun. I was not sure at all what to expect going into this. I just requested it from the library because it's Chloe from Books with Chloe's Patreon buddy read for this month, and I wanted to partake. So I got this, read it all in one sitting. It was really cute. The colour scheme's beautiful. It's monochrome with pink. It was solid. I didn't like love it or anything, but it was good, and it was an interesting perspective on things and really inclusive, which is always a huge plus. So I gave it 3 stars. Here's where we kind of pumped the brakes and the whole thing went up in flames. I read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Finally I read this. I've been dying to read it. I have had this on my shelves for almost a year now. This book was outstanding. It was everything that I had expected, but also nothing that I was prepared for. So people sing the praises of this book, and they absolutely should. It's fantastic. Definitely read it. I'm absolutely gagging to read Circe now. I feel that I'm going to love that too. Madeline Miller is definitely an author that I hold in high esteem now. I had cried twice reading this before even hitting 100 pages. 5 stars, changed my life. This I read for the prompt. Which prompt was this for? It was for read something that's outside of your favorite genre. What was it? In this very bizarre time, I actually have some book mail because my lovely co-worker who was receiving all our normal office mail at her house told me I had some book packages, and she posted them to me. Isn't that so cute? So I actually have some book depository packages to unbox. What I think I might do is wrap up this vlog now and then start a new vlog for the next week of OWLs, and I'll do the unboxing and that. So that'll be coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched it, yeah, I hope if you're doing OWLs, you're having a splendid time and you've got lots of momentum, lots of positive vibes about all this reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye!